How's it going, guys? I'm here on my rebounder, so forgive the bouncing, but I decided I want to record a little video while I'm bouncing on my mini trampoline, and it's about another benefit of semen retention that I was just thinking about. And when you're like in a really long streak, when you're like 7, 8, 9 months, big, big streak, what happens is that you become so charismatic and your energy is like so high that, you know what, the way I experienced this was when I got into Ubers, or like taxis. I felt like when I was around like 7 or 8 months and I was like in one of the peaks of my energy, I felt that like everybody, like I experienced it in the taxis, because in the Ubers, like normally, you get some people that are nice, some people that are like serious, some people that are like assholes. That's kind of like normal, right? Maybe it's like an even distribution between those three. But when I was like in a really high level of energy from retention, I remember that I was surprised, because it's like every time I got in a taxi, like I would force myself to start a conversation, just talk, but whatever, small talk. And I could quickly notice, like, because, I've been alive for a long time, I know how people react to me normally. But I would notice like people would show me their best side. They would show me their best self. It's like if they were talking to like a celebrity or like a king, or, well, maybe not a king, but like, it's like how you would put your best performance for somebody that you either admire or that's famous or whatever. That's kind of the treatment I would get every time I got into Uber. Like, you can just feel like people light up and they're like talking about, talking extra than they don't need to talk, giving a little, being like much more enthusiastic than they would normally be. I hope you're not getting dizzy from this. But I'm still gonna rebound well, and I was like, I want to get this idea as it was popping in my head, and as I do this. But anyway, so basically what I was thinking is like, what this does, what retention does, is that it opens doors. It's like people, like, they like you because they like you, they want to be with you because they admire you, they want to, it's like it opens the door to them as a friend, and it opens the door to anything that they could offer you as a friend or as a business. Or it's like they kind of they like you, they want to give to you. And when you're low energy, fapper, or porn addict or sex addict, you're just a normal guy. They just talk to you normal. They treat you normal. Yeah, they like you, but you're not a special person. It's like you still have to somehow, like, if you would want to win them over, a normal person, like, it would take, I don't know, they would just see you somehow like an equal. And it's kind of like you have to have something extra for somebody to treat you like you're something extra. And it's really cool, because you're like, wow, every time I get in a taxi, basically everyone you meet treats you amazing, treats you like if Brad Pitt came in their store. And it's like they really enjoy talking to you, they admire you. If they can help you, they'll help you like big time. If they're gonna tell you a story, they're gonna tell you the best story. They're gonna give the best effort. So, that's one of the benefits. It opens doors to people. I never realized it until I get to that level, and I was like, wow. Like, it made me realize, like, we all have like our best self, where it's like our most charismatic self, or most outgoing self, or most loving self, but we generally withhold it for like strangers and even people that we know. Like, you don't bring your A game to them, because like sometimes you're like, oh, this is my old friend from all my life. Like, but when you're on that level of retention, it's like you can see, like, you can tell that this person was like the whole day bored, and now he's like fired up telling you the story and like really enjoying the conversation and telling you like personal information that you're like, well, this guy's really opening up to me. And there's like asking about you, and they like really like you. They're like, take down my phone number. So, you know, this all this is what retention does. You know, it's one of the amazing benefits that it opens people. It opens that side of people. Like, imagine, you know, this world is GTA, right? So everybody, imagine if you put on a cheat code where everybody will give you or show you their best self. Like, how cool would that be? You know, that's kind of like the retention is the hardest thing in the world. You know, I love sex as much or even more than the next guy. I love females, you know, very intensely. Even my grandfather told me that my father was like obsessed with females. I inherited that, you know. Sometimes I have hard times like not staring at them in public because I get mesmerized by them. So I like women a lot. I like sex and all this stuff, but you know, that's why the universe is fair in a way, because sometimes a certain sacrifice, like the sacrifice of retention is so enormous, you know, quote unquote. You're sacrificing women, you're sacrificing sex, you're sacrificing orgasms and sexual pleasure, but the reward is like 10 times better. But on the other side of things, it's not physical sensational pleasure, but it's like pleasure in every other way, and not pleasure but just magic and marvelousness and just good stuff. But you know, the price is you gotta give up that lust and that sex and all that stuff, and once you get to that point, it's worth it. I mean, it's just hard to keep going. I mean, I've relapsed so many times around the 6-month marks, around there, 7 months, 5 months. Like I've said in my other videos, the longest I've gone is 9. But I guess the key is just to keep focused and not, you know, just not going in that direction of watching porn, catching yourself early, remembering how you're gonna feel when you relapse, remembering that negative feeling, so that kind of, because when you're like really about to relapse, you're like thinking about the pleasure, like your brain is wired to think. It's like the same thing with drugs. It's like when you have a temptation is always, you're only focused about, like your brain naturally is thinking about the pleasure and the dopamine that temptation is going to give you. So that's why we fall into temptation, because we're just thinking like about the positives, like about the benefits, about you know, doing that temptive activity. But when you have to stop yourself when you have temptation and actually take the time to feel like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna feel like, and remember how you felt after your last relapse, and feel it again. And once you feel it again, that helps your brain kind of reach some type of equilibrium, and it diminishes greatly the temptation. Because when you have like a lot of temptation, you're only thinking about, man, if I ejaculate, if I watch porn, if I have sex, like it's gonna be like this. You're only thinking about that. But stop. When you catch yourself feeling the temptation, stop yourself and remember how you felt when you relapsed, how those negative emotions, how your life went for the worse. Then it evens out, and then you're going to easier fight the temptation. That's the best tip I can give you. So I'll have to repeat that a few times because it's really the key. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video.